Hello there and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz. So today we're doing something a little bit different. We are doing a survive video, as you can plainly see. But what we're doing is we're going to play with Indy Benito. And this is going to be a little bit different because I'm actually recording the vocals or the voiceover for this after the actual video itself. And the reason for that is I played with Indy, and this is actually the second mission we played because I jumped into his game first of all and we didn't have the bits there that I could pick up, so we jumped into one of my games. And the voice, like the VoIP in the game is not very good. It's pretty poor. I could barely, you'll hear when Indy comes in and when you hear him try and talk, you can barely understand a word he says. And I suspect it was very similar for me as well. So what I ended up doing was basically not talking at all. Which is kind of against the whole point of the whole thing, really, which is why I'm doing this now. So yeah, I was basically silent throughout almost all of the thing whilst recording. Oh, there's Indy. Hey Indy, how's it going? We're not saying hello because obviously we've just played a game like I said, so we've already done our hellos and everything. So but the reason I had a game with Indy is Indy was going to take me around and show me where some of the magazines were, so I could get some of the upgrades. I think I only got one in the end, but we did that, and then we went and actually did this Monster Joe mission that I'm on as well. So that's why I actually wanted to do the video rather than obviously not show you guys anything at all. And also because we did progress the story and do a story mission. If you didn't see the video, then you wouldn't really have a clue what's going on, would you? And that's me forgetting how many magazines it is I put into in my belt even. So this will probably end up being a little bit rough and ready. I'll probably end up just rambling about some nonsense.
Totally just point from there. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Incoherent stuff. I will try and stop talking when I hear myself talking. Like I say, that doesn't happen all that often. Maybe if I bring this up a bit so I can actually see the audio track. There we go, that should be better. I should be able to tell when I'm about to talk now at least. Indy will be a little bit more awkward. So as you can see, the animations of other player characters in game are hilariously bad. They just kind of like drift around randomly, which is great. I did thoroughly enjoy that. I had a proper little laugh when I first saw that when we first started off. And because it seems like it puts your head slightly forward from the rest of your body, so you sort of just end up like walking slightly bent over forward, which is brilliant. I did try to use my left eye through most of this, so you should be able to see me aiming, hopefully.
God damn it, dude. God damn it. Oh, you were taking the piss.
Yeah, so that dude there is taking the piss, just refused to die. So I did get, I think I did alright with things. If you saw the last one, I mainly went melee. I took the axes out and then I found a sword later on and I just focused on melee, and that's all I really did. Watching Indy, first of all, you don't take out everything. Like I could have just left those over there. Stick to one side of the road so you don't get people like that running towards you from the other side. And yeah, just headshot as many things as possible. Nice and early. That seems to be the general plan. So it was very useful playing with Indy. Learning all these little tips and tricks. And what I also got used to is quite a way into the video, I think. It's about halfway through. What I also got quite good at is actually not closing one of my eyes to aim, so keeping both eyes open, which is what actual snipers do. I'm not saying I'm a sniper, don't get me wrong, but keeping both eyes open and then just using the red dot in the left eye to actually pop a shot off at someone. So yeah, I got quite good at that in the end, I think. So yeah, so this is what the video is going to be. So we're going to be running around headshotting a lot of things, and I'm going to talk aimlessly over the top of it and show you all my skills. Each of those took 2 shots. Just as I say that. Fantastic. The melee effects are so loud. It's crazy, but it's awesome. So you can see there Indy is doing that sort of lean forward thing that I mentioned. So there's a safe house over here, which I don't have in my game, so we're going to go and unlock that one. I think I only have one safe house at the moment in the game, as far as I recall. So I've only done one proper mission, of course, so that kind of explains why that is. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Scoping out the back, make sure it's all clear. I'm going to try and record it like I'm actually playing it, rather than just talking aimlessly all the time. Try and record it like I'm actually playing it, and hopefully it'll make sense. So I did leave the pistol there. You might have noticed that I didn't pick up the pistol. What you may have also noticed is at the beginning in the mission hub, I didn't pick up a pistol. So I'm pretty sure that at the moment I am pistolless, unless that was the first game, but I think this game I am pistolless, which I will come to regret late.
Sorry, dude?
I'm just heading for the back.
Later on.
Okay.
So there you can hear that's what Indy sounded like every time he tried to talk, which is why we basically gave up on any sort of voice communications. We did say if we do it again that we will definitely be using... Terrible shot. He's so close as well, and how that missed the headshot, I don't know. We'll definitely use Discord or something of the like next time, because yeah, it's basically impossible to do voice chat in the game as it stands. But that's not the worst thing in the world. It's kind of odd. I don't know whether that's... Maybe one of our connections was bad, or... I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's been a long time since I had a game where the voice communication was kind of as bad as that, really. So I'm hoping there was just something going a bit wrong and that the actual game itself is fine. But then again, that's what Discord was invented for, pretty much, wasn't it? So there's no real shame in using that. He just beat me to that, didn't he, that little bug? Oh, it's because I'm out of ammo. This is me trying to fumble my way to getting a magazine out, which is still a little bit awkward to get. There it is. So I've lost Indy. Oh, there he is. We can just see him up in the distance. There he is. Oh, you can see him on the map. I think that's the first time. This is watching this back. This is the first time I've noticed you can actually see the other player icon on the map. I didn't realise that throughout our entire playthrough. We played for about an hour, and I looked at the map a few times, and it never occurred to me that he was the other yellow icon, because I'm an idiot apparently. Good job, me. Indy just making up for my lack of skill there. Good, good, good. I did really enjoy this game in co-op. I think I already mentioned that. I'm probably going to mention it a few more times yet as well. But just like watching each other's back and stuff, like when Indy's drilling into locks, and just kind of watching the wayside, or when someone's got to reload. Obviously, that's when voice communication's good, and you can say, you know, reloading. Took a little bit of damage there. Heal myself up. Ah, nice. It'd be good if when you put stuff back in your backpack, it didn't open the backpack. If anyone from the dev team does happen to watch this at all, that would be a really useful thing. I love the way that guy jumped over the suitcase then when Indy shot him. It looked really, really funny and cool. I like that. I like that a lot. More terrible, terrible skills. So yeah, and these two I could probably have left, probably didn't need to. This is me losing the red dot, that's why you occasionally see me just waving the gun around like an idiot. Probably could have just left these two, saved the ammo. Probably would have been sensible. That was nice. That was nice. Just got him in one. Beautiful. That was me trying to save Indy, and then had that guy tearing towards me instead. Indy quite good under pressure there of actually managing to reload his gun. When I have to reload my gun under pressure, I just immediately freak out. Immediately freak out. Drop my gun, try and grab a pistol, grab a magazine, throw the magazine away. That's generally what happens. Ignoring that guy because he's on the ground. He's not really much of a risk. If they're on the ground and you're not going that way, it's not too much of a pain, really. Never going to catch up to you, so it doesn't really matter that much. Indy obviously out of main ammo now. Onto the pistol. Ah, yes, I know what we're going to get up here. I know why he's brought me up here. I remember this. So up in the corner of the graveyard here, if you haven't played the game, if you played it but you're not found, up in the corner of this graveyard in the safe house, there is a magazine, which is, of course, what you use to put different add-ons, upgrades onto your weapons. And inside this safe house is a very, very awesome one that I had a lot of fun with. And that is the explosive ammo upgrade. So I don't think you'll have seen it in any of my videos so far, and Indy hasn't used it so far. He used it in the previous bit, which I'm not using for the recording. But there is red magazines.
There is indeed, yes. Cool.
Oh, yeah!
These red magazines, they are special ammo. Oh, I do have a pistol. I have a pistol, but it's the wrong one.
But cool.
And there's Indy trying to talk to me again. I did offer him my gun in return, but he didn't seem to take it. So yes. This is me trying to take out the old ammo from my belt so that I can put the new stuff in. And that's not working. It's a little bit finicky. This is why I struggle in the middle of like a firefight. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? There we go. That's it. Stop doing it, me. There's only 3. Thank you.
Left side of your belt, primary, right.
Yeah, I am doing that, but it just seems to be being a bit awkward.
And that was Indy telling me I'm an idiot, basically. So now we have a pistol with the special ammunition. You can't put the red dot sight on the pistol. One of the reasons Indy brought me out was to actually try and get the laser sight, which is super, super useful. But we didn't quite get there. We did go to where it was in the previous game we did in his game, but because I hadn't progressed through the story enough, it wasn't there, which is a bit of a shame. Also using my right eye to aim there.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah. Massive, massive fan of the explosive ammo. Really, really good. So I think now, I do believe this is about where we're going to go on and just try and do the mission itself. So we're heading to... Where are we heading to? Like a garage? Yeah, we're heading to a garage, I think. No. We're heading to a... Oh, what's the word? Motel. That's what I'm looking for. We're heading to a motel. Yeah, definitely use my right eye to aim there, so I apologise that it looks a little bit weird. It's me trying to help Indy out and failing miserably. Just laughing at myself laughing. What a crazy world we live in. What I will say, whilst I've got kind of downtime, I don't know if downtime is the right word, but while I'm not actually focusing on playing the game, what I will say is that I am getting married on the 19th of May. And I'm immediately then going on holiday to Ireland with the new in-law family. So I will not be around for about basically 3 weeks, essentially. I won't be around for about 3 weeks, pretty much. I am going to have as many videos out as I can during that time. It will almost certainly not be every day. But just to forewarn you, I am getting to the stage now where I am going to have to start just recording huge... No idea what he said. Huge amounts of videos.
Come on now. Oh, Jesus.
That went really well. What I'm about to realise is that I've actually already cocked it and not realised. Oh, thanks, Indy.
Oh, okay, it is done.
There you go, just mumbling to myself about it as well. Trying to pick up my gun, can't even pick up my gun, there we go. So I will be off for about 3 weeks. I'm going to try as hard as I can for as many videos as possible. I'm aiming for about every other day at the moment. I'm trying to get 20 videos done.
How are you doing on primary?
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I've got a couple left.
So it was actually the first time pretty much. Saved Indy's ass there. First time I could really understand what Indy said without having to have some sort of sign language involved. So yeah, so I'm gonna 20 videos is gonna be extreme. I struggle to get, if I'm going away for like a weekend and I need to do 5 videos in advance, I really do struggle a little bit. So 20 videos is gonna be probably way out of the question. So I'm aiming to do about 1 every other day, as I say. So what I'm The reason I'm telling you this now is that I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to start recording those videos, and because I'm going to start bulking up my videos, for those people that do leave comments on their videos and stuff and trying to help me out, I'll probably be several videos in a series ahead of where the video that's actually up. So next time you see Survive, I'll probably have recorded another 2 or 3 Survive videos, is what I'm trying to get at in a sort of roundabout way. So if you do give me any advice in things like Subnautica or anything like that, or if you do tell me where to find stuff in Survive, I will probably not be able to immediately action it, so I do apologise for that. But I will obviously be keeping track of all the comments and everything, and when I do play the games again, whether that's before or after I go on holiday and get married, I will obviously take your advice into consideration. But yeah, I do apologise if I do miss out on anything or do anything which is particularly stupid and then not immediately correct it. So that's Indy just taken all the, because he's run out of primary ammo, as we mentioned earlier, so he just took all the add-ons off of his existing weapon to put them on the new one. If you are British, what you may realise is that the 19th of May might sound a little bit familiar to you. And the reason the 19th of May sounds a little bit familiar to you is that is the date of the royal wedding. When Harry and Meghan are getting married. They stole our date from us. And I genuinely cannot tell you how angry my fiancée was. Just in case I needed to be healed there. How angry the fiancée was when she realised they picked the same date. Kind of overshadows us a little bit. Although we did get we do now have like a running joke with every supplier who we've had to like confirm with in the last month or so. And then like, you know, you sort of email them whatever, or you speak to them on the phone and you're like, yeah, so just confirming 19th of May and everything like that. Like,
okay.
And they go, oh, 19th, oh, isn't that the royal wedding? And you go, yeah. And they're like, yeah, they did ask me to come and do the wedding, but I had to say no because it's already booked up for yours. Had that a few times now. Hilarious. Alright then, so what have we just done? We went to the house, got some bits and bobs. So I think this wall here, this yellow one to my right, I'm pretty sure that's the motel wall. So we'll be going in there shortly. Let's be trying to find the red dot site again. It is surprisingly awkward to find sometimes. You thought it would be really easy. Just pointing the gun forward and it'll be there, but obviously a little bit inept sometimes as well. So here is the motel.
Okay, you're there. Now, look for the electric panel. It should be on the outer wall of the office. Push the button to bring the power back on.
Game's definitely dropped a little bit in sort of stability, hasn't it? It's getting a little bit jerky. I don't recall noticing that while I was playing. I guess it must have been there, but I didn't really notice it. That was nice. Come running at me, will you, you son of a bitch? Is that a clown? Oh, it's a fireman. The fireman, I can see what they've done. They said the firemen have got helmets, so they're a bit harder, so they take a few more bullets. But if you shoot them in the face, they should still go down in one. If you shoot them in the helmet, fine. I mean, a bullet would still smash the helmet apart, but that, you know, alright. You shot them in the helmet, they got protection, whatever. If you shoot them in the face, they should still go down like a sack of shit, as far as I'm concerned. But there we go. That might just be me.
Where's Indy gone?
Where has Indy gone?
Ah, hello.
Yeah, I was trying to keep track of when I was going to talk, and then it scrolled past it, and it isn't auto-scrolling for some reason, so I'll move it back up so I can actually see when I'm coming up.
Ready when you are. What is it? What are we doing? There we go.
That was me assuming that pressing the button would kick off some alarms we'd have to fight. Yeah, look how sort of wavy the text gets when I move around. I wonder if that's because I am... The game itself. Obviously when I record a VR game, I record the window that shows on the monitor. That's how I come up with these wonderful scenes for you guys at home. When you start Survive, you get a really tiny little window, and I can't seem to be able to... If it's a game that's made in Unity... The Unity is actually really good. You can just hold the button down when you start a game. You can then select what size the window is going to be.
There we go.
Unity games are fantastic for that. So I don't know what this is made in, but it's not Unity. So when you start the game, you get a really tiny window, and there doesn't seem to be any way of changing it that I can find. Now I could record the tiny window, but then you would have a tiny window to stretch and it would look terrible resolution-wise. So what I do is I record the Oculus Mirror. The Oculus Mirror is like a debug program. You probably heard me if you're a long-time watcher of the channel. Back in the days of Everspace and... I was trying to flank that dude. Everspace and the Solus project, you'd have heard me talk about the Oculus Mirror window a lot because I used it a lot and had some issues with it which took a while to get resolved, and Oculus did lie to me about it as well, which still grates me, Oculus. Still grates me that you lied to me about it. So yes, it's like a developer program that's in one of the Oculus folders that you can just run, and it shows you exactly what's running in the headset essentially. So for games that have distorted view, like sometimes when you get the video on the monitor, it's not in a rectangle, it's like the rounded ones and it's all a bit distorted and looks a bit crappy on monitor. With Oculus Mirror you can get around all those sort of things, which is really, really useful for like a... It's Indy being terrible at shooting, me trying to get a pistol out, desperately trying to get a pistol out. Oh, and I had to reload. Desperately trying to get a pistol out and reload at the same time. Whole thing was a shambles, quite frankly. So anyway, so I record on the Oculus Mirror rather than from the game window, which might be why this looks a little bit jerky occasionally. You might notice you get some black coming in on the sides. If I move very quickly left or right, if I rotate quickly left or right, you do get this kind of black curved bit which creeps into the sides, which is a little bit annoying. Never used to do that in the Mirror, but it does it for every game now for some reason. So obviously some sort of update they did that, but yeah. The issue I used to have, if you recall, was if the game I was playing dropped below 45 frames a second, it wouldn't show a frame, it would just show red, like just red flash in the middle of the screen, which would be fine if the game ran okay, but the Solus project did get quite hectic sometimes, and Everspace was... Yeah, there's quite a lot of times in Everspace when you come across certain nebula clouds and that sort of thing where it suddenly you would have quite a lot of frame rate issues. And that looked terrible in the recordings, and I couldn't use the on-monitor window for those because they use the sort of distorted views on those, I believe. So yeah, so I reported this to Oculus and showed them absolute proof using the Climb, it was in fact, because the Climb you can get an in-game FPS counter. It's the only game I know of in VR which does that. So I showed that whenever that in-game FPS counter dropped below 45 frames per second, there was a red flash in Oculus monitor. And I recorded it and I sent it to Oculus and I said this is a problem. Obviously only affects a small number of people, but I'd really like this to be fixed. And they made me reinstall all my Oculus games, made me change my Oculus install directory. I spent hours trying all these debug things. And then I posted on Reddit about the issue, and a guy who wished to remain anonymous commented, or he actually messaged me directly in Reddit rather than even commenting. He just messaged me in Reddit and said, yeah, I work on Oculus Mirror, we're aware this is a problem, I will try and get it fixed in an upcoming release. And that guy is a hero to me, because the next release that Oculus had after he sent that, the next update fixed the red mirror problem. Now, I doubt very much that guy's watching this video, but if he is, you are a legend, sir. You're a legend. You actually listened. There's only, like I say, probably about maybe 50 people in the world who really gave a crap about it. Because most people who use Oculus Mirror don't record it, I imagine. They actually use it for dev purposes. So yeah, the fact that he actually listened to me and did sort it out was awesome. That is me, once again. See, this is what Indy runs out of ammo, calmly reloads and carries on. I run out of ammo, freak out, almost drop my gun, pick out a magazine, try and grab my pistol. Just terrible. Just terrible. So I am now out of primary ammunition. Which is why I'm back on the... You son of a bitch. That's why I'm back on the old... exploding pistol ammo. Which I do, again, absolutely love. So if you're not particularly following the story in the game, we went to a motel, we tried to turn the power on. There was a bit missing, and the guy who's helping us over the radio suggested that we go to...
Sorry?
I didn't think...
Yeah, see, useless in-game chat. Suggest we go to Monster Joe's because they normally have all kinds of electrical bits and bobs just lying around. So that's where we're aiming to get to, and I believe the fence to our left is Monster Joe's. The pistol's really hard to aim with. It does have that sort of triple green dot sight that you might remember from Arizona Sunshine. I'm guessing it's the same gun. I don't know what sort of gun it is. I'm not much of a gun fanatic. I'm sure someone can tell me what it is, but yeah, quite hard to aim with. See, trying to pull a magazine out, grab another pistol instead. Ah, I should beat Indy to it then. Nice. Oh, what I should say, something I meant to say at the very beginning of the video, and something that I couldn't really talk to Indy about because we couldn't really talk. But Indy Benito did purchase this game for me and gifted it to me on Steam. At least I assume he purchased it. Who knows? Maybe he stole a key from somewhere. I don't think he can even do that. But yeah, he purchased it as a gift for me on Steam, which was insanely generous. It's not the first time Indy has done that. So once again, Indy, thank you very, very much for your insane generosity. I keep meaning to say it in every survive video I do, and I think I did in the first one, and I forgot on the second one.
As well now.
Yeah.
So we're now both out of primary ammunition, just getting a little bit desperate. He's trying to reload his gun. You may notice that Indy's running around with a pistol and a melee weapon, which makes complete sense. We must have been talking about the Oculus Mirror when this happened, but at some point, or not all that long ago, I realised, I think it was when I freaked out and I tried to reload my gun and I realised I was out of ammunition for it. I realised I also lost my axe during that and couldn't find it. So that's great, isn't it?
Fucking luck today, huh? Listen, just find a solution, okay?
Not being particularly helpful there. So yeah, we're at Monster Joe's. We couldn't open the door, so we're going to go and look for some way of opening the door now. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. Also, when Indy isn't expecting to shoot anything, he does have his hands down by his sides, which is why you get this really kind of awkward walk on the in-character animation, which is hilarious.
Oh, sorry.
What will happen there?
That was Indy assaulting me with a baseball bat. In case you didn't pick up on that, I might even make that the title of the video. Who knows?
Cheers.
Indy, he saw a zombie on the ground, thought I'm going to hit that with a baseball bat. Pull this baseball bat out and immediately smash me around the head with it. Although I definitely did shoot him. I don't know if it was earlier in this or in the previous game we had, but I definitely did shoot Indy by accident once. So, and I don't think he noticed, so sorry, Indy.
Backpack.
Remember that you can carry small objects in your bag, so your hands are free
Or
to
not.
shoot.
Or no.
I've got one.
Antenna.
Oh, maybe that's why I can't pick it up, because you already got one.
Or you have three.
I couldn't quite hear what he said there.
All that'll be it.
But what he said was, I'll paraphrase because he was a bit nicer about it. But you're an idiot, you've got 3 things in your backpack already, you can only carry 3 things. For some reason I had a bit of a brain fart and thought, well, you can almost definitely carry story items separately, but how would you take them out of your backpack? Doesn't matter, the game will figure it out for you. And so yeah, I had 3 things in my backpack and did not remove one of those items prior to putting that in, which is why, yeah, obviously nothing worked. So into another house. You do get zombies in the houses sometimes. In the first game we did, when we played on Indy's file, there was a house which did have zombies in, so it does happen. It does seem to be quite rare. As you can see by my my torchlight that's constantly out, I almost always have my gun out ready to go just in case. And that...
Did I just...
Yep, I did.
Yeah, totally did just drop my pistol and it's disappeared.
Yeah. Drop my pistol. It's gone through the floor. I think in the last Survive video... Look how weird the graphics are getting there, look. I think in the last Survive video, I did show you a similar thing where I dropped a weapon and it just disappeared into eternity. So a very similar thing happened here, where I dropped my pistol, it's disappeared through the floor.
Yeah.
Cool.
One down.
Yeah, there's
I
one
can't find
downstairs. But I have lost my pistol. That's just disappeared forever.
So I was just making sure Indy had picked up a primary upstairs so I didn't take the only...
Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
That's brilliant. It's one of those moments, one of those fantastic moments.
Can you actually see it down there?
Yeah. Well, good.
This one, at the very least, did end up in the kitchen
That's
where I
two
could...
that have done that. The other one does seem to have completely disappeared.
Swapping add-ons like a proler, and even dropping it from hand to hand. Beautifully done. Well done, me. Well done. That was really nice. So, fully ammoed up, ready to go now.
Well, I think
We'll never know what Indy thought because the game cut the audio out. When we played on Indy's game to start with and he picked up some explosive ammo and started just exploding things, I was just in awe. Had no idea what was going on. Kind of assumed you just picked up some sort of special gun. I didn't realise it was just something anyone could use. Well, once you've got the magazine, obviously, that's the key thing. Once you've got the magazine... Nope. 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 Yes. Was yes. 3 times, though. Go me.
You know, when all of this is over, I'll get you a beer. I saved a box for the big day. Holy hell, yes. We get wasted and we become the fucking saviors of the whole human race.
The whole human race. Oh, that was beautiful. That was goddamn beautiful. I am some sort of sniping genius. Not sniping. No scoping. That's what I'm looking for. No scope genius. Although Indy beat me to that one, fair and square. So I think we're just going to ignore those because they don't seem to be too bothered by our presence. So save on the ammo. And back at the Grand Rock Motel now, which is where we needed to take this bit we got from Monster Joe's garage. Depending on how posh you are. Not quite as smooth, but still took it out. So back at the motel, few zombies around. I can see one on the side over there by that white door. A few creeping out of the mist just in front of me, look.
Okay, you're almost there. Now, Plug the cable and get the electricity flowing.
Now, I couldn't hear what Indy said there, but his basic gist was there is a massive, like, semi-boss zombie over here, and we should take him out before we do anything. And most of this, very hard to see him there in the distance, and most of these shots are actually hitting. Oh, there he is, look. Oh.
Jesus, dude. There we go.
Yeah, that dude took a few bullets.
Oh.
Alright then, so we are... What I fully expected to happen here.
Yes, fuck yes. The repeater is transmitting again. Find a shelter, and we get in touch shortly.
Was an alarm to go off.
I was fully expecting an alarm to go off.
Oh, there we go. I'm even doubling myself up. So yeah, so there we go. That is essentially the end. I say essentially, that is the end of the mission, and that's where we're also going to call. I almost said essentially again, then, because I'm an idiot. That is where we're going to call the end of this video as well. Now, I did do a proper little outro in the video in preparation, even though I didn't speak throughout the whole thing. So I'm going to stop warbling over the recording now, and I'm going to let old me, slightly younger me,
Ah, cool. So that's where you were as well. Ah, yeah, sweet. Very familiar.
take over from now. Alright, so bye. Bye from new me. Old me. Bye from old me. Older me. I don't know.
Cool.
Bye.
Well, I'm going to leave that there, Indy. I think.
Sounds good.
So yeah, thanks for helping out with that. That was really awesome. Thoroughly enjoyed that. It was really fun in co-op.
Yeah, I wish the
Yeah, your mic's still a bit weird, which is a little bit weird. There we go.
we'll have to try it.
Yeah, I heard like 2 words and it stopped. But yeah, cool. See you later, Indy.
I did like Indy's full-on... I'm back again, by the way, hello. I did like Indy's little full-on, like, hand gestures and, like, scratching the back of his head and, like, clearly saying a lot of stuff, but just nothing coming out. So it's quite funny, I thought, watching him do that.
Okay,
Anyway,
so that is the end of
again.
this video. Then I'm going to leave that there now that Indy has departed. So we've made it to a new safe house. We've got a few little upgrades, which is lovely. Haven't got the laser sights yet, but we do have explosive ammo, which is just so much fun. So much fun. We also do now have a safe house, which comes with the wonderful sword, which I'm immensely happy about. Immensely happy about. You only get this assault rifle here, though I have been sort of favouring that one anyway, just because I think Indy was using it more than anything. So yeah, I think I did alright. I think we did alright. I think we did pretty good. Some really nice headshots. Indy tagged me with a bat, but we won't mention that again. Definitely will make it into the description of the video. I can assure you of that. Definitely 100% not. Cool. Well, hope you enjoyed that there. If you did enjoy it, please do click the like button. That's always appreciated, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already. And any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I see them. Don't forget we're streaming Wednesdays at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. So come along and say hello there. I think the time this is out, we'll probably have finished with Hellblade. I'm expecting to finish Hellblade this time round. So I think this is out. Well, I don't know actually. I don't know. Check it out on the YouTube or Twitch channels. It'll tell you what's upcoming on the upcoming events part, whatever it's called. Yeah, cool. Smooth. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Survive. Maybe with Indy, maybe without, who knows. But yeah, I feel a little bit more prepared for myself next time. It seems a little bit... I think going along with the assault rifle and taking them off one by one is a lot better than just sort of running ahead with a sword. As much fun as the sword is. But yeah, it's there for backup more than anything else, I think. So cool. So I look forward to taking all that into consideration next time. And as always, thank you very, very much for joining me.